What's up, everybody? My name's Bryce, aka DubsNotSubs, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast arc. We are here with week 13, and we got some good stuff this week. We got this month's releases for June for manga. We have a new series for Shonen Jump. We have series ending in Shonen Jump and Shonen Jump Plus. We got new anime announcements. There is a ton of stuff this week. And without further ado, let's get into this. I hope you guys are having a good week. We're starting to open back up here in America, and other things are obviously going on. I'm not a political channel. I'm not going to be getting into that at all. We're just going to be talking about manga and have a good time. So, sit back and relax, and let's enjoy the show. Hey guys, before we get into the actual news, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel that I've deserved it. I 100% appreciate all the support you guys give me on this. It lets me know that I'm doing a job and that you guys enjoy it. So, if you guys do enjoy it, please leave a like, please comment down below, and let me know what you guys think about it. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the video. So, like I said, first up, we have the new series in Shonen Jump, and this is a web-only series, at least for the app for Shonen Jump. I don't know how it is in the actual magazine, but this one seems to be a web-only at the moment for Shonen Jump, which I really don't like. I wish they would have put in the app, and the episode 1 for it really wasn't worth keeping it on the web only. There was nothing really that was that bad, but I'm sure as it goes on, we'll see probably some upper nudity with it since they're keeping on the app. And with the creator being Kentaro Yabuki, who did Black Cat and To Love Ru, but I know him from Black Cat. That is the first series I ever picked out personally, so I love Black Cat, and I really want to get into it. I love that series so much. It's such a fantastic series, at least from what I remember. Nostalgia's probably controlling most of it, but this series itself is about these two people right here, and sorry, I don't remember the names exactly, but so this kid right here is a exorcist, and he ends up taking over his father's business as an exorcist, and they're this really powerful family, and they take out exorcists or bad Ayakashi all the time. And now this girl right here is his childhood friend, also purple hair. Nice choice. You gotta respect the purple hair. She is his childhood friend, and she loves all Ayakashi unconditionally. She's just like super kind around all of them, but one day she ends up finding out that she is actually a medium for the Ayakashi, and what this means is basically if an Ayakashi is able to eat her or consume her, the Ayakashi will just get a super big power up, Dragon Ball Z style, go Ultra Saiyan or something like that, and just be super strong. And so this entails why this guy right here no longer likes her to be around any Ayakashi, and even though when he was a child he was friendly with her just like him, because he took over his father's business just so he could protect her, and that's how it goes, and that's how the story unfolds. This little yokai here is the cat that ruled all yokai, I believe, or ruled all like the cat type of yokai, and he's trying to consume her, and at the end of Volume 1, some stuff happens, and we don't get to see the end of what happens with him, and obviously, since he's on the cover, he's probably going to be a companion or something throughout this, but basically, something happens where, yeah, I don't want to spoil it so you guys can read it, but overall, my opinion on this is that it's okay. It feels like it's going to be an ecchi series from what's been kind of going on with it, so I don't really know if I'm going to be, like, super big into it. I think it might be a fun little read-along, but I don't think it's going to be anything amazing. I don't think it's going to blow me away like Black Cat did, but I think it's decent, especially with Yuna and the Hot Springs. I believe that ended recently. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that ended, so now a new ecchi series has opened up for Shonen Jump to actually go in, so this is perfect timing for them. And we'll see how this ends up actually unfolding throughout the story. I'm excited to see where it goes just because it's Kentaro, and I really like Black Cat. I'm going to read this, obviously, because it's free, and it's not bad. It's just nothing that really blew me away, and it's not really seeming like my title. I think I've said this before. I have said this before, but I'm not sure if you guys know about it, but I'm not a huge yokai fan for Japanese manga or like anything like that. I tend to just not care about it for the most part. It's a very select few series. Like Noragami is my favorite series of all time, and that's all about like yokai and Ayakashi and Japanese gods and stuff. So, I mean, there are instances of it. Like, I'm not just hating it all the time. My favorite manga of all time is literally all about that. But for the most part, I'm not really a huge fan of yokai, so I'll continue reading this. Hopefully it goes well, and hopefully Kentaro does a good job with it. I have nothing but good high hopes for this man, and I hope he does well. I mean, this seems like it's going to be at least a fun series, right? I think it might be how say Fairy Tail is all the time. Fairy Tail may not be the best well-written series. It might not be Death Note level, like, psychological stuff, but it's one of the most fun series you can ever watch, and that's my thing with this. I think it's going to be a fun series, nothing to be taken too seriously, and overall, I'm excited to see where this goes. The art is good for it, and I do like the two characters. They are enjoyable so far, but we are only in Chapter 1, so we'll have to see where this goes, but that is Ayakashi Triangle, and yeah, that's all there pretty much is to it. So next up, we have the creator of The Promised Neverland, or the artist for The Promised Neverland, Demizu Pokusa, has a new video game project that is up, and this game has no title, as it says, but basically we have some concept art of it. I cannot read Japanese yet, as I've said this on the podcast before, but I'm still learning Japanese. I'm progressing through it. A lot of hiragana right now, so basically, like, now this first 3 is like Naruka, and then I can't read a little bit. Then it's when you look at that line down, and then the vertical line down, then the 2 horizontals, that is ni. And then I could go on, like, I know certain ones, but I don't know all of it. I'm still learning a lot of the alphabet for it, or their alphabet for it, and then I'm gonna have to get into katakana and all this. But I need to figure out a good way. If any of you guys know a good way to learn Japanese, like, that really focuses on sentence structure and building up a good foundation for it, because Duolingo is good and all, that's what I'm using at the moment, but it really is only teaching me, like, the pronunciation and, like, certain specific words, like ami is sweet, kitanai dirty, you know, stuff like that. I think soto is room and stuff like that, just basically stuff like that. And it's not really teaching me sentence structure and something like that, but maybe it comes later in the Duolingo curriculum, but I'm not exactly sure. So if you guys anybody like you guys know that, please recommend me. Put in the comments below so I can know, because I really want to learn Japanese. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. Initially I did it because I was like in quarantine, and I'm like, man, I don't really have much to do, so I was learning drums, but then one of my friends came over and his brother broke my drum pedal, so I couldn't practice drums. So then I got really bored, and then I started learning Japanese instead, and I've been really enjoying it, and I want to progress and actually end up learning all of it, because I've always wanted to learn a new language, and I'm trying to be more dependable and, like, stick through stuff, because I tend to do things a lot and then end up dropping it later on. So hopefully I can stick through this and actually end up learning both drums and Japanese, but we'll see how that goes. But that is really a goal for me, to be more, like, consistent with things and not drop stuff as much. But anyway, about this looks cool. I mean, I love his art, and I believe he's the creator of it. Let me see. Artist as on a new video game project. It does not say if he's the creator or not, but I'm interested to see what this is. I'm assuming this is probably going to end up being a mobile game, if I'm being honest. And I was going to bring up in this, actually, I was going to be like, man, maybe it's going to, like, how is he going to be able to do this and work on the Promised Neverland? But as you guys may have found out very recently, the Promised Neverland has ended. It ended this week. So Promised Neverland is now out. So now we have Food Wars gone. We have Promised Neverland, Unit of the Haunted Hot Springs, and we have a bunch of other series. And Demon Slayer's gone. So we have a huge hole in Shonen Jump right now. They're gonna have to do something. Mashley right now is kind of taking that over, and so is Chainsaw Man are doing pretty good. Don't know what I don't think they're doing like this level good. I do think they're good series, but they're definitely not Promised Neverland or Demon Slayer or Food Wars or anything of those levels or anything that caliber. And nothing that is out so far has really blown me away, or I think anybody away, to the point that these other series have. So we're kind of in this, we're in a show hole right now, like when they used to have those old, I believe it's a Hulu commercial where you'd finish your series and they're like, you're in a show hole. We're in a manga hole right now. We just got to find a new Shonen Jump series that blows us all away. I'm not sure what that's going to be, and I'm not sure what this is going to come, but right now, we have good series, but we have nothing that's absolutely blown out the big new thing, besides Chainsaw Man, and I don't know how well Mashley is doing. I believe it's doing pretty well, and I don't know if it's on the level of that stuff, so I could be wrong. It could be taking the spot of one of those, but even if it does, you still have 2 more holes to fill, at the very least. So it's going to be interesting to see how this ends up going. But back about the Promised Neverland, with it ending, it was serialized for 4 years, and it has ended with a total of 20 volumes and 181 chapters. The second season of the anime is on the way. A live-action movie, a live-action English series, a fan book, art book, exhibition series are already scheduled. And I also believe there's a game coming out for the Promised Neverland. Not related to what Demizu is doing. I don't know if it is or isn't, but with the announcement of a game of it, let me actually look that up for you guys, just so I'm not like misquoting you or telling you guys wrong. Neverland game. Because I believe it got announced, and I'm not sure if it's been like, I don't know if that's true or not. Jump releases new promise. Okay, it's a mobile game. I don't know if this is the one that Dimizu was working on, though. So Weekly Shonen Jump has released their second official mobile browser game based on a hit manga series written by, is it this illustrated? It doesn't have him actually working on it. It looks like it could be his thing. I'm interested to see actually how this is going to turn out and what's going to go on in this mobile game. And I wonder if it also might get an English release. Maybe not, and maybe so. Who knows? I don't know if Pokusu Demizu this is his game. Gracefield, and well, it's avoiding Sister Crone and saving as many children as possible. So that's the objective of the game. But it does not say that this is the game that Demizu is working on, so I'm not exactly sure about all that. We'll see when that actually fully gets released and when we get more information about that. But thank you so much for Promised Neverland for a truly unique and amazing series. I mean, we got to give props to it. I'll just give it a round of applause, everybody. Clap with me. I don't care where you are. Just come on, just clap with me. We got to celebrate and give it respect whether you like it or not. It was there for 4 years and did a great job and for what it did. So, let's give it a round of applause, everybody. Thank you. Thank you all for clapping with me. I appreciate it. You may be embarrassed, but I'm glad you stuck with it for me. But I think this absolutely is a fantastic series, and it had a really unique concept. It really was cool for a Shonen Jump series. It was absolutely amazing. I do not know how it ends. I've been reading concurrently with the volumes that are coming out in English, the actual manga volumes, so I'm not completely caught up. I don't think they're behind me. Let me see for a second. They are not behind me, but I believe I'm only on book 10 or, no, 14, something like that. Actually, I think I'm on 14. I could be wrong. I don't know what's fully out in English. Actually, when we go in later, I saw the Ayakashi thing for the next volume is 15, so I believe I am on 14. So we only have 6 more volumes left before it's ending for us physical readers. So it's sad, but I'm glad they didn't drag it out because it's really bad when series drag out because it can get very boring and you could just tell that they're done with it. But anyway, with this series ending, we also have a couple Shonen Jump Plus series ending. We have The Signs of the Abyss, Hina Change, and there's also one called, let me look it up. I believe it's called, what is it called? It's the colored one it's the one where they're trying to find the daytime. What's it called? I have it up here, and I'm almost here. And East Into the Night is all ended. So they have 3 series. This sucks for Signs of the Abyss. I'm glad it ended because there was a big problem with the creator's health, and she came back. I don't know, came back, and they finished the series. And I'm glad they finished it. Honestly, they brought it to a good conclusion. It was a bit weird because it felt very rushed in a sense because they came back, they had to finish it, just give it, and I'm glad they came back and gave it an ending when their health got better. I hope that their next series comes out will be just as good because the beginning half of this, I'm not going to judge it on the end because of obviously everything that happens, and I want to give it a fair review, but the beginning part of this series is absolutely amazing. I loved so much about Signs of the Abyss. It really pulled me in. I thought it was actually a fantastic series. It sucks that it got a rushed ending, but what are you going to do when this kind of thing happened? You've been gone for so long. Maybe it didn't get a rushed ending, but it really did feel like it. They were just kind of drawing a conclusion, like wrapping it up in the last few chapters it had. It had a couple color pages. The art itself in Signs of the Abyss is absolutely amazing. I loved the art in it. I loved the characters, Joel and Mei. All this, that was just such a great series, honestly. It sucks for what happened to it, but I'm glad that whoever wrote this, Maya Takamura's, I'm glad she finished it. She, I don't know. I think Maya is a female name in Japanese, but I'm just assuming. Don't quote me. But anyway, I do really like that series, and it's sad to see it end. I hope their next series comes out is just as good, and I wish nothing but the best for them. And then Hina Change was a overrated series, in my opinion. The Anime Man recommended this. The Anime Man was wrong. In my opinion, this series is not that good. It was very, it was so weird. I get the point of it. I think if you want a series that's like this, that does a much better job at it, go look at Blue Flag. Blue Flag is far superior in every way. Besides, I don't know how the ending is in Hina Change, but I hate the ending in Blue Flag. It ruined the entire series for me, honestly, because it just is such a cop-out. I don't want to say the ending, but it just felt like such a cop-out at the end, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And I hated how it ended because it just totally went back on what the entire series is about. But anyway, the journey before we got to the end was top tier. It was such a good dialogue and discussion about it, and this one just really wasn't that entertaining. It felt really stupid. I didn't really like it in any way. It just is not my thing. If you like it, you like it, you know. Do you? But the fact that it ended after 23 chapters, I can say I'm not the only one who didn't like it. But I wish nothing bad against the creator. I hope their next series does great and does even better than Hina Change, and I hope they create something that I like. You know, that's just a personal thing because, you know, I want to read it too. I want to enjoy something. But everything's up to personal taste, and it's just my opinion, and my opinion could be very much wrong. So, oh, dude, look at this art. I would actually buy the manga volumes for this. Once I learn Japanese, I might do it just to support her because, man, it was such a good series. If you want to check out a series that ended between these two or East into the Night, check out Signs of the Abyss. Top tier, trust me. It's so good. It got snubbed, but obviously with the health reasons, you can't do much about it. But anyway, next up we have Starfruit Books is a new manga publisher. They're doing digital manga so far, and they have one license as of right now, and they have announced it, and it is called Popularized by Minami. Minami is my favorite Japanese artist. If you guys do not know who Minami is, look her up on Spotify. She did the Domestic Girlfriend opening. Best EP that I've heard in a long time. Is one of my favorite EPs. Not even talking about J-rock or Japanese music in general, like of all time, is one of my favorite. Those songs on there are all the best music that I've heard in a while. I listen to them on repeat all the time. She is a fantastic artist. I'm so sad that she hasn't released anything in like 2 years. Like, I want to hear more from her. But anyway, back to this. Minami Kyuta, a two-volume slice of life series. Expect to see more information in the coming weeks, but for now, take a look. I don't know what this is about. I've never heard it before, but I believe these guys are mainly focusing on doing a more indie titles. They're doing a more things that people don't really know. And I don't believe that. I think that's the first tweet they have. Okay, yeah. We are excited to announce our first title. Yeah, stay tuned. So they really don't have much other than that. But I'm excited to see where it goes. I really like this whole... I always support new creators and new manga publishers. More manga, the better. I don't care how many companies we got to get, if it's digital or physical. More manga, the better. I'm excited to see where this goes. And I'm interested to see how this digital publisher is going to end up working out. So, we'll see. What is that? Did it just affect my thing? Okay, no. Sorry, I was just looking. I got this thing in the bottom right of my thing that said an application got blocked, and it's the browser I'm using for, like, advanced. I think it's just for, like, speeding it up if things get slow. So we'll be fine. It may be a little bit of lag. But anyway, next up we have CODA, Content Overseas Distribution Association. Now, this is a group of mangakas who have all teamed up to do, to fight against manga piracy. So this is an anti-counterfeiting association. They have a bunch of... They have all this for it. And they're planning on cracking down. Manga Rock may have been first. Zach from Oot Yourself may have taken down Manga Rock. But now you got the big boys coming in to take down every other one of them. And also in here... Let me see if I could get to the right page. Joint Enforcement. Is this what it is? No, there is not. Let me see. There's one here where they basically have a bunch of mangakas having all their they have basically their own like doujinshis of here about like how manga piracy affects the industry. Let me go through real quick. It's in Japanese. I'm learning how to pronounce it. I don't know how to read it yet. Give me a second. No, it's where is it? Don't toy with me. Don't make me look stupid. Oh, is this all the companies that are associated? So we have you have Aniplex, you have big companies like Kadokawa, which is Bookwalker, King Record. That's a manga publisher. No, that's actually a music publisher, I think. I could be wrong. Kodansha, Seshua, Shogun, they're gonna fuck every manga piracy up. Toei, Nippon, basically any like anime and manga publisher out there. You guys might not be able to see your manga anymore. I'm not gonna lie. What the hell? Oh shit, what'd I do? I'm just trying to find where the main thing I wanted to talk about was the manga that was on here. I can't find where it is or where it was. But basically there is a bunch of different manga that on here that has all the they have certain creators. Oh crap, was that it? I think I just saw it. I think it's this. If you go to this and you scroll down, there it is. Ha ha ha. Like Inspector Gadget, I find whatever I want. So right now they have Adachi Toka, my favorite manga, and I also love her art. She has one. I don't know who these other people are. I'm not gonna lie. And basically, each is a manga. I'm going to show just real quickly. Not any more than probably a page because I don't want to get taken down. But it doesn't look like it's going to show up at all. Basically, they just have their own doujinshis about how manga piracy affects them personally and how it affects the industry. So it's a cool read. If you guys want to see this, I will leave a link to this in the description. There's an English for each one of these, and you can see how it affects them and what they think about it and what goes through their mind. But anyway, next up we have Eden Zero is getting a anime release. Hiromashima does it again. No one is surprised. Eden Zero is getting released. I'm interested to see how this is going to go. I don't know who the actual anime studio is going to be. It's not announced. All it is that the Eden Zero anime is going to come out at some point in the future. Not going to hate. More anime, the better. I like Eden Zero. I know a lot of people probably don't because it's Hiromashima. Too many people hate on Hiromashima and all this stuff, especially like reused assets. I get it. But I like the familiarity with it. There is a bit, I wouldn't lie. I'm not going to lie. There is kind of a bit of laziness with it, with like just like reusing characters. But at the same time, it's kind of cool to have like a callback and stuff like that. Like when you see Happy go through every one, and you also have Plu also go through every single issue. It's a new series. Some characters are switching up. Some characters do stay like Rebecca and Shinra here are very much like Natsu and Lucy. But you have the Urza look-alike and also the Wendy look-alike. You have all these ones looking very different, or acting very different. Then you have these guys who don't look at all. So not all of them are exact copies, but they do reuse some assets. So I'm okay with it. I love Hiromashima. He makes fun series. He makes all his series very enjoyable. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to keep reading them, and I'm going to keep supporting them because Fairy Tail was like the second anime I've ever watched, and I loved Fairy Tail, and I still love Fairy Tail. I need to finish the last season and then move on to 100-Year Quest. It's absolutely an amazing series. Fairy Tail, not Eden Zero. I think Eden Zero is good, but I don't think it's as good as Fairy Tail, in my opinion. I think it's fun in its own way, and I think it's really a good series itself. There are a lot of, and with every Hiromashima title, I believe there are a lot of, like, holes you have to just fill in for, like, story writing and stuff like that. Just, like, and, like, or maybe just, like, a lot of the fight scenes where you're just, like, the main character always has to win, which I wish wasn't always a thing with him, but it's still a fun series nonetheless, and Eden Zero is a fun series, Fairy Tail is a fun series, Rave Master is a fun series. I need to get all of Rave Master. I have, I think, volumes 1 through 8 as of right now, but overall, it's actually, I love Eden Zero. I do enjoy it. I don't care what everyone says or what the Mal rating is. I don't care. It's fun, and I enjoy it without a doubt. So, anyway, next up we have Josai, the Tiger and the Fish has been postponed. It was originally slated to premiere in Japanese theaters this summer, 2020. I'm super sad about this. This is the Studio Bones movie, and I really wanted to know what this is about. This looks like a really interesting slice of life series. I don't know if it's going to be Silent Voice-esque. Obviously, with the handicap, I don't know how that's actually going to relate. I hope that kid's not involved in, like, bullying her and then comes back. Maybe it's, like, his brother, or maybe they just know each other from high school or something. I have no idea what this entails, but it's done by Studio Bones, so you know the animation quality is going to be in top tier. And I really wanted to see this because I love slice of life. My favorite genre of all time. I'll say it all the time until I end up becoming a hypocrite and liking something else, but I don't really see that happening. But anyway, this series is top. This movie looks really good. I mean, I know it's only the promotion art, but I have high hopes for it. I really do. I really like the concept of it seems really cool from what I've read about it, and I'm sad to see it delayed. Obviously, it makes sense, but I wish they would do something where we could watch it in some capacity, but we can't. It's sad. I really miss that we're not able to see it yet, but I can't wait till we're finally able to get the opportunity to watch it. But anyway, we're going to go to our next title, and that is the next anime announcement, and that is Hiroyuki Take's Supernatural Adventure series, Shaman King, gets a new adaptation, and I believe this already had a TV animation or like an anime already, so I don't know if it's probably just like a revamp or something. So I'm interested to see how this is. I've never actually read Shaman King before or anything like that. I don't remember who, but somebody in the community really likes Shaman King that I know. That's one of my friends. I'm not exactly sure, so I don't want to say somebody's name and be wrong. But I'm excited to actually watch this for the first time. I ended up watching the, what's his name? The dude who does the interviews with a lot of different people and Japanese creators. What's his name? Basically, well, I'm talking about Shaman King. Basically, what happens is there's an interview with him on it, and it basically talks about what this series was like for him, how he thought about the series, how his mind went through about the series, and what his overall feelings were towards the series. And it was actually like a really amazing interview. I'll put it down below if you guys want to check it out. But He has a lot of other things. He also has, like, I believe one of the Final Fantasy illustrators. It's called Archipel, and this dude does great documentaries about, like, different anime creators and people in Japan who create different kind of stuff. It's not only anime, it's not only manga. He does all kinds of different things. It's absolutely amazing. One of the best series I could actually see. Like, he's got restaurant owners. He's got, like I said, Yoshitaka Amano, who does Final Fantasy illustrations. He has Osaka drinking tour. He's got a bunch of different documentaries on Japan itself, and it's actually a really, really interesting series channel. On kind of like Abroad in Japan, but only more of the focus on the documentary interview style rather than how more interview rather than documentary. Like, I believe Abroad in Japan does more of a documentary style. At least that's how I see his stuff. And this is more like an interview with the actual creators and the people who do that stuff. But anyway, next up we have the ReZero release date, and that is Season 2 is coming out July 8th. As of right now, before the Neverland gets delayed forever. I cannot wait for Season 2. I love Season 1 of ReZero. Shit's gonna get crazy, and I can't wait to see where this goes. Man, I'm so excited, and I cannot wait to see what happens next in the series. I love Subaru. I love Rim. I love Ram. Emily is best girl. You can quote me on that. I'm not taking it back. You can respect it, and you can sleep in that bed. I made my bed with Amelia, and I'm sleeping with her with no hesitation at all. Woo. But yeah, I can't wait for Season 2. I love Season 2, or Season 1. A little bit towards the end, I didn't like Subaru's arc, how he really was acting in there, but that was just to get him to the actual progress of another step of him and finally get some character development within him. So it makes sense why he did it. It was really hard to watch throughout it because he really wasn't pleasant to watch at all. But I'm excited to see where this goes. I can't wait to see how this ends up. So anyway, I have a little something from me to you that I'm not sure if you guys know about, but if you go to AnimeLab.com, you can watch anime for free. I'm not sure what the entire thing details for this, but you get a ton of series like this. At least this is what it all seems to look like. You get all these series right here for free, like it says. I'm assuming you're going to have ads. I just discovered this very recently, but as you can see, it's on console app and everything. And if you want free anime, and obviously with CODA coming out here, it's going to just like destroy every single anime out here. And like pirating site, you might have to go to a free alternative. So here you go, and you get English and Japanese subtitles, and there you go. If you want to see it, you want to try out, and I'm not exactly sure what the full lineup is. It looks like a lot of Funimation titles and just like the big stuff. And yeah, it doesn't look too bad, and take it if you want it. It's free. No really risk to you. Just have to make a free account, and that's all you have to do, and you get all these crazy series. And I mean, if there's no risk, why not do it? I'll end up signing up for it at the end of this. I mean, I'm paying for I already pay for most of my anime streaming sites. I pay for Verve and Funimation. So it's like, it's not really a use for me personally because I pay for my stuff. And I mean, but this might be a good alternative. If there's enough shows on here where I don't actually have to, pay out my ass for anime, I'm going to take this alternative. I'm not sure if it has, okay, simulcasting now. I was just about to look this up. I'm not sure what series are actually coming out. I believe it had Glepner. So we have Kaguya-sama, My Hero Academia, Magica. Oh, yeah, there's that spinoff that's out. Plunderer. So it does have, I mean, it's not bad. For free stuff, that's not a bad amount. I mean, it's not like every series, it's not a whole bunch of them, but it's like you got your biggest titles on here for free. So, I mean, if you want to go for it, AnimeLab.com right here. I'll also leave a link in the description. But anyway, next up, we have the manga releases for the month of June. If you want to see the full list of every manga that's getting released, both physically and digitally in English, check the link in the description right here. We're going to be going over June 2020. I totally wasn't late, guys. I totally didn't forget about it in my last one, and then forget about it in the one before, too. But we're here, so don't hate me. So, first up, we have Kigamaru Orange Road Manga Omnibus. This story is about a secret psychic, Koyasaki, has just settled into a bustling school filled with brand new faces, but he wastes no time making waves with both the shy and mysterious Madoka and the high-energy Hikaru spinning in and out of his life. Kiyosuke is dizzy with his new fresh with the first sweet rush of female attention. Sorry about that. But will his instincts lead him into the arms and hearts of the right girl? I'm interested in seeing this. It's an old anime, and I kind of wanted to see, or old manga. I kind of wanted to read some old manga and see how it is. I like rom-coms. And I also, with the psychic thing, I also believe these people can, like, control stuff. I think they're, like, telepaths or not. or telekinetics. I'm not sure exactly what the term is, but basically they can move stuff. I think it is telekinetic, but they can just move stuff, and they might be aliens based on like the cover. And I'm gonna check this out. I do want to check this out. I'm not sure if I already bought this. I'm not logged in at the moment, and I'm not going to log in because I think you guys will see my full name if I do that. And I'd have to show my email and everything, and I'm not doing that today, baby. Not getting doxxed yet. So it seems like a nice comedy rom-com, and from what I know, I believe I've seen people talk about this. I wasn't a huge fan of the actual... I only watched, like, one episode of the anime, so I didn't really give it a big chance. I meant to watch more of it, but new anime seasons came out, and it just ended up getting pushed to the back, so I'll probably end up checking out the manga first. It looks good. I like the concept of it, and it seems pretty funny, and for an old-style manga, it'd be nice to check out, because I want to see some older stuff. Obviously, I've read a lot of new stuff. I want to see more in the back, and besides, like, Berserk, and I'm not sure what other... Drifting Classroom. I'm also reading Blades of the Immortal. I don't know if you want to count that as old, but I believe this is, like, from the 80s or something like that, especially with his hair, 70s, 80s, and that's exactly what the hair looks like. But anyway, next up we have Bestia. Now, this story is of Asuka. Asuka Tsukasa has an irrational fear of animals, especially dogs, which make studying abroad in London, city of dog lovers, a bit challenging for him. There, in his vanished mother's hometown, he hopes to find a clue to her whereabouts and to meet the mysterious smiling girl from his dreams. But life only gets harder for his zoophobia when he invited to. Wow, God, I am doing so well, and then I just tanked. When he's invited to join a secret organization that exists to coexist with fantastical beasts and protect the world from the ones that go out of control. At least he gets to meet that girl, though. She turns out to be a giant snarling dog who wants nothing to do more than tear him to shreds. I mean, I kind of am into this. I'm not going to lie. This seems like it's going to be a funny series. I 100%, almost 100% guaranteeing that this is based on a light novel, because it just seems like a light novel thing, but the title isn't like 3 pages long, so I could be wrong. But yeah, this actually seems like it's gonna be pretty funny and pretty good. I don't know how it's gonna actually turn out. I have already ordered volume 1, so once it comes out, I might do a review on it depending on how much I like it. But overall, I really like the concept of it. It seemed pretty funny, and I want to try something that wasn't all like too. I've been like wanting to do more relaxing titles and just stuff where you could read it, enjoy it, then just move on from it instead of just like thinking about it for like 6 hours, or for weeks at a time, like Blades of the Immortal did at the end of that. That really messed me up at the end. Fantastic series. If you want to see my review of it, here's a card here, unless I forgot to put it up there. But there's a card to go watch my review of it and not really review, my discussion about it. But this actually seems pretty cool. I like the concept of it. I did get volume 1. I have it on the way. Finally, ship me my stuff. I have like 3 months behind of stuff, and this box is going to be massive once I get it. I saw it. There's like 20 to like 24 volumes that are coming. I can't wait to see it. It sucks that it's only 128 pages. God, I hate when... Okay, I didn't even see that, but I hate $13 for 128 pages. Are you serious? Are you out of your mind? Shonen Jump does like 200 pages. Then again, their subscription service is $2, but they do 200 pages for like $10 retail, and I don't even buy it for retail. I think I got this for $9.75. Why are you out of your mind? Why are you selling it for $13? I hate it. Just always irks me like this. And like people wonder why people go to Piracy is when you charge someone 128 pages at $13. It's insane. What if this is 5 volumes? 5 volumes times 13, you have 15, you have like $55 for 5 volumes that are going for like 128. And if you combine those together to 128, it's like half the size of a normal volume. So basically you're getting 2.5 volumes for $55, or you could get a Shonen Jump volume for like let's say $25, since you're gonna pay for the half for like a $10 a thing. I just don't get it. I hate the pricing on some of these more niche books. I guess I get it, because someone's got to pay for it, and obviously it costs money, but man, that is expensive for as small as that is. That's what sucks about this. That's what I didn't like about Please Don't Tease Me Nagatoro. It's the same situation as this. It's so expensive for something that's not even that big. And so also the girl with the Sampoko eyes. It's like, bro, come on. You got a price with how many pages. I get you're paying for a more niche, something more niche, but come on, man. You gotta give me something. Anyway, now that I ranted, let's go on to another old one that I'm like, this is the Rumiko Takahashi series that I really want to read. Screw Inuyasha, screw Random and a Half. I'm all about Masa and Ikkyo. I'm excited for this one, and I really want to read this. So, Yusaku Godai didn't get accepted into college on the first try, so he's studying to retake the entrance exam. But living in a dilapidated building full of eccentric and noisy tenants is making it hard for him to achieve his goals. Now that a beautiful woman has moved in to become the new resident manager, Godai has driven to distraction. It seems like a fun rom-com, and I want to see what this is. I love my rom-coms, and I've heard a lot of people say this is actually really, really good for, like, out of, like, all of Rumiko Takahashi's stuff. Obviously, they're all good, but I've heard really good things about this one also. I'm excited to read about it and actually finally get to read the actual series because I've heard good things about it, and I've been really excited about it. The whole concept of it seems really fun. It's a slice of life rom-com, and I'm all in for it. And next up, we have Rent-A-Girlfriend. Now, here is this. There's an anime coming out July 2020. And here you go. You can't rent a girlfriend, but you can love one. Hapless college first year Kazuka Kinoshita, reeling from the bad breakup, rents a few hours of friendly companionship at the aquarium with the idle beautiful and polite Chizuru. But rock bottom might be lower than Kazuka thought. Family, school, and life all start to go wrong. And what makes matters worse, Chizuru is much more than a pretty face and a sweet demeanor than he thought he bargained for. Okay, here's my opinion about this series. I've read Volume 1. I hate Kazuha. I hate his character. He's such a low beta. He's spineless. He doesn't stick to what he says. He's wishy-washy, hypocritical. He doesn't stand up for himself at all. He has no backbone. And somehow this girl is kind of interested with him. At least that's what is hinted in Volume 1. I've read way beyond that because here's my next statement that I'm going to say. I hate this series, but I can't stop reading it. I am already over 100 chapters into this series, and I am wrapped up in a story, and I want to know where it goes. I am all in on this series, and I hate it. Like, I hate some of the stuff that goes onto it. It annoys me to no end some of the stuff that, like, Kazuka pulls, and some of the stuff that these two do back and forth. Now, there are other things in this series that I really love, and I really like what they did with it, but God, does he infuriate me as a human being. He has no spine, and he can't say what he wants to say. He's like, oh, should I tell her I like her? I'm not sure. And then he just, like, battles with that over and over again. But to his actual credit, this girl who's interested in him, or at least what it seems like, at least in the end of Volume 1, it shows that, like, he kind of shows signs of it. She just keeps on saying, no, I don't like you. But it's clear that they both like each other. And it's like, why? Just say it at some point. Like, damn. They were dragging this on for so long. Like, just confess your feelings, or at least act or give hints to each other. Like, he does. I will grant Kazuha has tried and is trying to do his best to do that. But this bitch doesn't do anything. She just, like, she's got him at, like, arm's distance and, like, keeps him pushing him away, even though she wants him to be closer. It's infuriating. Oh, I hate it, but I love this series so much. It's actually really enjoyable. There's a lot of good into it, and I can't stop reading it. It's just something it's one of those train wrecks I can't keep my eyes off of. Not as bad as Domestic Girlfriend, but kind of how people watch Domestic Girlfriend for how crazy and, like, stuff that was. That's the same reason I'm doing this, for how crazy these relationships are going on, and, like, the other people that end up getting involved, the other people that end up in this, like, whole wrapped up in this circle because these two just can't say what it is. Oh my god, it's insane. But I overall I do enjoy it. I enjoy it, but I hate it. I don't know how I can describe it besides that I absolutely infuriates me, and I hate this manga, but I love it at the same time. And I can't stop reading, and I'm, like, over, like, 100 chapters in there. Totally legally, by the way. Totally not going against CODA over there. But anyway, next up for this title, we have Spy X Family. Now, you guys have probably all read it, but the manga volume is getting official release, and this is how it goes. The actual synopsis. So we have, Master Spy Twilight is the best at what he does when it comes to going undercover on dangerous missions. In the name of a better world, but when he receives the ultimate impossible assignment, get married and have a kid, he may finally be in over his head. Not one to depend on others, Twilight has his work cut out for him, procuring both a wife and a child for his mission to infiltrate a private elite school. What he doesn't know is that his wife his wife that he's chosen as an assassin, and the child he's adopted is a telepath. Now, there's a lot of love about this series. There's a lot that's good in this series. I love this series. I talked about it in a full review. If you guys want to see that, go watch the whole thing. I do have a problem with the episodic aspect of it. Again, check that out if you want to see why. I do recommend this if you like your comedy series. It really struggles on character development, and it really struggles to make me truly love the characters besides Anya, which is the child. But overall, it's a good series, and Japan's losing their absolute mind over this thing. And also, I'd like to put a disclaimer for the actual podcast, or not the podcast, that review, if you go watch it, that I actually don't think, I think I misspoke in saying that the series ended up becoming weekly. I think it is still bi-weekly, but it moved from the Shonen Jump Plus app, and it used to be only in Shonen Jump Plus on the actual app for English. So I could be wrong, but what happens is it moved over to Shonen Jump, and now it's in that lineup, and it's now in that app, but it's staying bi-weekly, I believe, but I thought it moved to weekly, so I misspoke on that. Someone corrected me in the comments, so I thank you for that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you do enjoy this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in another video.